You might be sabotaging your own chances of success without even realizing it. The truth is, there are 5 critical moments when silence can be the difference between winning and losing. Albert Einstein knew this secret, and now it's crucial that you learn how it can transform your life before it's too late. You know, when Roger was just a little kid, his dad told him this story about Albert Einstein that really stuck with him. Like, it became one of those things that over time you just keep coming back to, you know? His dad mentioned this piece of advice Einstein once gave him, something that he never forgot. Keep quiet in 5 specific situations. The first one was when you're angry, then when you're sad, next when you're anxious, another when you're tired, and the last one, interestingly, when you're really, really happy. But let's be real, Roger didn't really get it back then. How could he? He was just a kid. But as life went on, especially when he started working, that advice started making more sense, like the pieces of a puzzle coming together. Roger was in this super stressful job, right? And honestly, it was kind of a mess sometimes. But that's when he started leaning into what Einstein had said. Whenever he felt anger bubbling up or when stress was just too much, he would stop. Just stop, breathe, and stay silent. Not in a way where he was suppressing anything, but more like giving himself space. You know what I mean? And it wasn't just anger. When the weight of worry hit him or he felt completely drained, he'd take a step back. Literally sometimes. He'd find a quiet corner, maybe even meditate for a bit and let himself recharge. It's almost like he was tapping into some deeper Buddhist wisdom without even realizing it. There's this idea in Buddhism about the power of silence and the stillness of the mind. And Roger was unknowingly practicing it. By staying silent in those moments, he was creating space to observe his thoughts and emotions without getting caught up in them. It's like the Buddhist concept of mindfulness, being aware of the present moment without judgment. People started noticing, too. In the chaos of the office, where everyone else was losing their cool, Roger became known as the calm one, the guy who never let stress get to him. He didn't yell, didn't panic, he just kept this serene vibe, like a lake untouched by the storm. And guess what? His colleagues started coming to him for advice, just drawn to that peaceful energy he carried. Eventually, he got promoted, and now, leading a team, he knew he had to keep that peace within himself even more. But he was ready for it. He understood that silence wasn't just a way to cope. It was a kind of quiet power, almost like a superpower. As time went on, Roger kept living by Einstein's words, but with this deepening understanding that silence wasn't just about not talking. It was about finding clarity and strength in the quiet, much like in meditation. It's like he discovered that silence is where true wisdom lives. And sometimes, the most profound thing you can do is say nothing at all. By staying silent, Roger found a kind of inner peace, a deep calm that allowed him to navigate life's challenges with grace. He realized that the power of silence was more than just good advice. It was a way of being, a philosophy deeply rooted in the same principles you find in Buddhism. And honestly, how cool is that? Roger came to see silence not just as a strategy, but as a way of life. It's like he was carrying a little bit of Einstein's and Buddha's wisdom with him every day, and for that, he was profoundly grateful. So maybe next time, when life's chaos tries to drag you down, remember what Roger learned. Sometimes the best response is no response at all. Just breathe, stay quiet, and let the storm pass. Before we dive deeper into the powerful moments when silence speaks louder than words, I've listed 4 incredible books in the description that can really boost your personal development journey. These are books that align perfectly with the wisdom we're discussing today, so make sure to check them out. They might just be the key to unlocking even more growth in your life. You know, silence is one of those things that's incredibly powerful, but often overlooked. It's like this quiet strength that doesn't need to shout to be heard. It just is. There's real wisdom in holding back our words, especially when we're angry. Like, how many times have we said something in the heat of the moment and later wished we could take it back? Sometimes the best response when you're upset is to just sit with it. Let the silence do the talking. It's almost like the silence becomes a friend, offering comfort when words can't. And worry, man, that's a tough one. Worry is like sitting in a rocking chair. Sure, you're moving, but you're not actually getting anywhere. It's pointless, right? Instead of getting caught up in the cycle of worry, maybe we just need to slow down and enjoy the simple things, like lying under a tree and feeling the breeze or watching the clouds drift by. Those moments remind us that happiness isn't something that just drops into our lap. It's something we have to grow and nurture ourselves. People often mistake calmness for being passive, like you're just letting life happen to you. But honestly, being calm is a kind of superpower. It's that quiet smile that comes from seeing things clearly, from understanding that not everything needs a reaction. In Buddhism, they talk a lot about the power of the mind and how calmness isn't just about chilling out. It's about being in control, about seeing the world with clarity. In silence, there's so much depth. It's like this space where you can hear not just the world around you, but also the whispers of your own soul. There's strength in that silence, a kind of foundation that helps you make better decisions. It's not just about talking at the right time, but also about knowing when to not talk, when to let things be. You might even feel something divine in those quiet moments, like you're tapping into a deeper understanding of life. And that's the thing. People who talk less often think more. Silence becomes this loyal companion that's always there when you need it. Silence isn't about having no sound, it's about finding peace. It's not just what we say, but why we say it that matters. Once words are out there, you can't take them back. They're like arrows that either heal or hurt. But silence gives us a chance to reflect, to really think about what's important. Words might show off how clever we are, but our actions reveal who we really are. And when we choose to speak less, our words tend to carry more weight. They resonate more because we've taken the time to choose them carefully. Real silence is like nourishment for the mind and soul. It's like how sleep rejuvenates the body, silence refreshes your spirit. When you really listen to the silence, it's rich with answers you might have missed otherwise. And sure, music can express things when words fail, but silence can be even more powerful. It's about staying calm when everything around you is chaotic. That's true inner strength. Silence isn't just empty space, it's full of potential and power, bringing peace even to the most restless minds. The pauses between our words, the gaps in our thoughts, that's where real understanding lives. Some of the best conversations happen without a single word being spoken. Silence, far from being a weakness, is actually a sign of wisdom. The wise speak sparingly, knowing that sometimes it's what's left unsaid that holds the most power. Through silence, we can calm storms, heal wounds, and communicate on a level that words alone can't reach. It's in the spaces between the notes, the breaths between phrases. That's where life's essence is found, where the most important truths come to light. If you're finding this content valuable, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on more insights like these. And if you'd like to support us in bringing, more quality content your way, consider becoming a member. Your support helps us keep this going. Silence is one of those things that's easy to overlook, but it carries a deep respect, a kind of reverence for the moment and the people we're sharing it with. In those quiet spaces, we actually find out who we really are. It's like peeling back the layers to reveal the world around us, starting from within. Silence is like a blank canvas, just waiting for us to splash the colors of our lives onto it. Words? They're like the music of our souls, but without silence to give them rhythm, they wouldn't mean as much. Sometimes the loudest way to be heard is to say nothing at all. And sure, silence can feel a bit heavy at times, maybe even a little intimidating, but it's also where we can find the sweetest, most comforting sound, peace. It's not just about the lack of noise, it's about embracing a deep, abiding calm. The more we lean into that silence, the clearer we can hear what our hearts are trying to tell us. Silence, man, it's like the language of the wise. It resonates with those deep thinkers and becomes this melody that just feeds the soul. It's a gift, really, one that offers us stillness and clarity in a world that's always on the go, never stopping to take a breath. True conversation isn't just about the words we say, it's about the spaces we leave for silence to step in, to make its mark. Silence is like a mirror, reflecting back the essence of who we are at our core. In those quiet moments, we find the answers we've been chasing and the courage to face our fears head on. It's the ultimate self-care, a way to refresh and renew our spirits. There's something about silence that creates a connection between hearts, something that words just can't quite reach. In moments of protest or when words fall short, silence can speak louder than anything else. It's like the universe's own melody, gently reminding us of the beauty and mystery life holds. Silence can also be a profound act of love, just holding space for someone without judgment or interruption. It's in those moments that we find the wisdom passed down through generations, the strength to face today's challenges, and the courage to chase our dreams. The beauty of silence isn't in the absence of sound, it's in the peace it brings. It's the language of the heart and the voice of the soul. In the stillness, we can hear the whispers of our ancestors, guiding us on our path. Silence is like the canvas on which we paint the emotions that define our lives, giving them depth and meaning. It can be our greatest teacher, showing us how to live in harmony with ourselves and the world around us. Conversation, when you think about it, goes beyond just words. It's in the intentions behind those words and in the silences that follow. Silence holds the key to unlocking the mysteries of the universe and the secrets buried deep in our hearts. In its stillness, we might even hear the voice of the divine, guiding us along our journey. Silence honors the sacredness of life and the deep interconnectedness of everything. Its power isn't in what we say, but in the energy we bring to the moment and the intent behind our words. In the quiet of our hearts, we find the courage to live authentically, to follow our unique path wherever it may lead. As we've seen, knowing when to remain silent can be one of the most powerful tools in navigating life's challenges. Whether it's anger, sadness, anxiety, exhaustion, or even joy, Einstein's wisdom reminds us that silence often speaks louder than words. Thanks for sticking with us until the end. If you found value in this video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more insights, and share this with someone who could use a little more peace and clarity in their life.